I'm Aravind Srinivas. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Perplexity AI. Perplexity is a conversational answer engine that aims to deliver answers to you to whatever questions you may ask. And all we wanted to do was build cool products with LLMs. We launched the product on December 7, 2022.
Co-founder and CEO of Perplexity, which in less than 3 years has grown to more than a $9 billion valuation.
We have about 10 million monthly active users at this point. It's basically grown 1000x over a period of 1 year. I was pretty interested in AI, deep learning research. That's actually what got me into the US. I was an undergrad in India. But there's something interesting in AI that I've noticed compared to other tech founders.
Artificial intelligence company Perplexity raising more funding with notable investors.
Into it. I went and did my PhD in Berkeley.
Perplexity, an AI-powered search engine startup looking to take on Google, raising $74 million in a round led by some big names.
Stop for a moment. Thinking back to the last time you needed a simple answer online, only to be bombarded by ads, pop-ups, and one link after another that wasted your time. You scrolled, clicked, and sighed. You asked yourself, why can't I just get one clear, direct answer? Now imagine a world where the answer appears in seconds. No clutter, no chaos, just a single, clean, trustworthy response. That is the bold vision of Aravind Srinivas, an AI researcher from Chennai. In a digital world dominated by Google and its ad-heavy results, Aravind dared to dream of a kind of faster way to search and answer engine that listens to you like a friend, offers context you can trust, and never buries your curiosity under endless links. Welcome to Perplexity, the ambitious startup changing how we explore online, and the story of how Arvind's early life, his dogged pursuit of AI, and his unwavering faith in technology built around people made this possible. If you've ever felt lost in a maze of modern search, get ready to see how one underdog aims to replace frustration with freedom, and in the process, challenge a trillion-dollar giant on its own turf. Now, Aravind grew up amidst the bustling streets of Chennai, India, where curiosity was sparked every day by vibrant sights and sounds. While other kids play with latest toys, he had more books than gadgets and a painfully slow internet connection. But that didn't stop him. If anything, it fueled his fascination. He'd wait minutes for a single web page to load, yet each new piece of knowledge felt like a small revelation. During these early years, he learned a simple truth. Information can change lives. A single fact or insight found at the right time could open doors he never knew existed. Motivated by that idea, he tackled every puzzle he could find and wrote every line of code he could manage. Local libraries, second-hand coding manuals, and hand-me-down computers were his world, feeding his hunger to learn. This drive led him to IIT Madras, where he studied computer science engineering with boundless enthusiasm. One evening, a friend dared him to join a small machine learning contest. Aravind only had a brute force approach and borrowed a GPU. Everyone thought he'd be outmatched by bigger labs with expensive hardware. Yet somehow, he won. That success crushed any leftover doubt that any major AI breakthrough required huge budgets or famous labs. With creativity and grit, he realized he could achieve amazing results. Now, eager to go further, Aravind moved to UC Berkeley for advanced studies in machine learning and reinforcement learning. There, he found role models like Larry Page and Demis Hassabis, visionaries who changed entire industries with daring ideas. By the time Aravind landed roles at OpenAI, Google Brain, and DeepMind, he'd seen the cutting edge. Language models that wrote entire essays, codes, or poems were no longer science fiction. They were already here. So why, he wondered, was everyday search still stuck in a world of cluttered links and intrusive ads? Even as Aravind dove deep into AI breakthroughs, code that wrote itself, systems beating world champions in tough games, one question kept bothering him. Why is search still so frustrating? People typed queries into Google but got lost in a sea of SEO-driven websites, pop-up ads, and pages that promised answers but served up fluff. Often, he had to open up 6 tabs just to confirm one fact. Why, he asked, all this complexity in the age of advanced AI? A little digging revealed the core reason was ad revenue. Traditional search engines made money when users clicked around. More steps, more revenue. Clear answers, ironically, weren't a priority if clicks dropped. How, Aravind wondered, can an industry with top-tier technology lead us through so many sponsored links just to learn something very simple? Friends called him crazy for even thinking about challenging Google, an internet giant with almost infinite resources, but Aravind felt a growing urge to do exactly that. If a large language model could sum up entire books, they could surely give one clear, quick answer to everyday simple questions. No wasted time and therefore no ads. Fueled by that belief, he left secure jobs at big AI labs, emptied his savings into a bold new project, and rallied a small, passionate team around his vision. They called it Perplexity. At first, it wasn't even a consumer product. The early team took on a more specialized goal, letting businesses run natural language queries on huge databases. For example, which products sold the best last quarter in North America? Instead of using complex SQL, employees could just type in plain simple English. But as they redefined tech, it became clear it could only go so far than to just handle enterprise data. If they could handle complex business questions, why not the entire internet? To test their idea for regular users, the team built a quick demo that pulled real-time data from Twitter. Could this engine handle fast-moving trends and deliver immediate, reliable answers? Early versions were buggy, full of errors, crashes, and incomplete replies. But every so often, the tool worked like magic, offering a neat summary with links to relevant tweets or articles. Then one day, this rough demo caught the eye of Jack Dorsey, Twitter's co-founder. He tweeted about Perplexity, calling it a fresh way to find information. Overnight, thousands of new users flooded in, overwhelming the fledgling servers. There were no ads or PR stunts, just raw excitement from people tired of the link-filled searches. Within hours, Arvind's small team scrambled to boost capacity. It was chaotic, but it proved that the public was hungry for a simpler, more direct way to search. Word spread quickly. Students realized they could slash their homework research time. Journalists used Perplexity to verify stories in seconds. Entrepreneurs found reliable market insights right away. Suddenly, this was more than just a product. It felt like a movement. People saw that maybe, just maybe, search did not have to be so painful. Now user feedback poured in. One person wrote about how they asked Perplexity, where can I buy a high quality engagement ring for under $2,000? Instead of wading through ads or random blog posts, they got one straightforward suggestion with a breakdown of prices, style tips, and links to trusted jewelers. They saved me hours, they said, and a lot of headache. Inside Perplexity's office, Aravind promoted a guiding principle. If users struggle, blame the product, not them. So designers, engineers, and data scientists treated every complaint as a chance to improve. They pushed continuous updates, tweaking the citation layer, polishing the user interface, and adding a new follow-up prompts. They shipped fast, learned quickly, and adapted. What doubters said they couldn't keep up, the team responded with relentless iterations.
The traditional ad unit on a link doesn't need to apply at Perplexity. Maybe that's not a great idea.
Since Perplexity didn't rely on ad revenue, it could move faster and stay loyal to the user's needs. Investors like Nat Friedman and Jeff Dean took notice, boosting Perplexity's credibility. It wasn't flashy branding or massive advertising that fueled Perplexity's growth. It was a pure problem-solving approach. Word-of-mouth buzz brought in people, forming a loyal community base that saw Perplexity not just as a standard for search engine, but as a helpful research partner as well.
I think the ad unit on Perplexity, whether it exists or doesn't exist, it'll look very different from what Google has.
All the while, Google, the search engine, loomed in the backdrop. His business model had taught the world that searching meant sifting through sponsored links, powering a multi-billion-dollar ad empire. Perplexity's approach challenged that core system. It wasn't just about outrunning Google in speed, it was about changing the entire idea of finding information.
So what Perplexity does is a paradigm shift in search. It's moving search from links to answers.
He says it's all about the user interface. Google was born in the internet era and, of course, navigated mobile very well, but its bread and butter search hasn't transitioned, he says.
If each query could produce a clear, ad-free answer in 2 seconds, that alone sent a strong message. We can do better than any cluttered results shown by Google. Aravind called this as the start of the real reasoning era, where advanced AI doesn't just repeat facts, but thinks through them, double-checking sources for users. With a solid citation layer, users could confirm where each information source came from. Imagine never needing 10 tabs for a single fact, Aravind often said. Imagine getting a direct answer or enjoying a quick conversation with an engine that's already read everything for you. Much of Perplexity's success followed its ship, learn, fix mindset. They rolled out small updates nearly every day, watched how people use them, and made rapid improvements. They introduced Perplexity Pro for those who wanted added features, faster responses, deeper follow-ups, allowing the company to stay financially sound without stuffing the interface with ads. They also pursued enterprise partnerships while holding on to their commitment of clarity and trust. Users all over the world loved Perplexity. Influencers showcased how they sped through research. College seniors shared how it simplified assignments. Entrepreneurs called it a cheat code for real-time market insight. The enthusiasm felt genuine because it wasn't about hype, it was about relief. At last, here was an outline tool that felt personal and streamlined, not jammed with promotional clutter. At its core, Perplexity makes a statement. We deserve an internet that puts our questions first, not corporate profits. The real question isn't will Perplexity overtake Google, but why are we stuck with ad-filled, complicated search results when technology can do even better?
The future of search is artificial intelligence. Google is that any ad unit that's less profitable than a link, or any ad unit that kind of disincentivizes the link click, is not in their interest to go aggressive on.
And so here we are on the brink of a major shift in how we search. Perplexity dares to value people over clicks, lighting a path towards a more human-centered conversational web. Now, we must decide if you're ready to abandon endless links and embrace a future defined by clarity. Aravind believes the timing is perfect. He sparked a quiet rebellion, one that calls a trillion-dollar giant's ad-driven model into question. In many ways, David has thrown his first stone at Goliath. If that stone brings the giant down or forces it to adapt, the impact is already clear. People have tasted simpler, friendlier search, and there is now no turning back. If you ever wished for a search tool that truly respects your time, Perplexity could be the spark you've been waiting for. After all, big changes often start with one simple question: why can't we do better?